A fake figure. That was a fake figure. No, like this. No, like this. No, that's not right. I did it. No, it is. It is. No, found you cool. Right.
What do you want?
Back in it.
Why?
You guys have to still baby in diapers. Cause I know put the diapers. I was thinking cut the beach. I'm thinking later. I'm cut the beach. I'm the beach of the boo the party. Cause the fair.
Wala ka wala po pa diba?
No, I want it to. No. I need to clean up. No, I need to clean. It's so big and quick. So the more.
Okay.
Is your birthday?
My birthday?
Yeah.
No more birthday.
Yes, love, you say that.
It's over.
It's over?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be Daddy's birthday.
Birthday, yes, in 3 months maybe.
No, 7 months. Mommy, I want to build it for Daddy. Now the cat Dad called me. I would call her to eat pizza. The ass. Mommy,
Okay.
I want to build it for Daddy. Okay, that's his.
What do you want to build for Daddy?
That one. A spouse coming the way. I want to build it for Daddy. Okay. I said that. Mommy, why I need to poop in the pie? No, I brushed it. Oh, my God.
Julius Caesar, whose legions trampled the conquered world from Panonis to the Thames, capitulated to her and Mark Antony threw a fleet, an empire in his own honor to the winds to follow her in his destruction. Disarmed at last before the frigid Octavius, she found her fearless body measured by the cold eye of her captor only for the triumphal procession and the friendly aspect of the Rome's crowning dignity. Chapter 1. The Valley of the Nile. The story of Cleopatra is a story of crime. It is a narrative of the course and the consequences of love. In her strange and romantic history, we see this passion portrayed. Preface. Of all the memorable in history, none has left us such convincing proof of Cleopatra, for the tide of Rome stands today. Therefore, that of the world will be heard as I think will be
dagat, Lucas.
Preface. Of all the beautiful women of history, none has left us such convincing proofs of her charms as Cleopatra, the time of Rome's destiny, and, therefore, that of the world, turned aside because of her beauty. Julius Caesar, whose legions trampled the conquered world from Canopus to the Thames, capitulated to her, and Mark Antony threw a fleet, an empire in his own honor to the winds to follow her to his destruction. Disarmed at last before the frigid Octavius, she found her peerless body measured by the cold eye of her captor only for the triumphal procession, and the friendly Ascalon spared her Romans crowning it. Chapter 1. The Valley of the Nile. The story of Cleopatra is a story of crime. It is a narrative of the course and consequences of unlawful love. In her strange and romantic history, we see this passion portrayed with the most complete and graphic fidelity and all its influences and effects. Its and the dreadful results and ultimate despair and ruin which it always was by Thus,
Hi guys.
Preface.
Welcome.
Women of history, none has left us such convincing proofs of her charms as Cleopatra, for the tide of Rome's destiny,
Hi guys.
therefore, that of the world, turned aside because of her beauty. Julius Caesar, whose legions trampled the conquered world from Canopus to the Thames, capitulated to
Hi
her,
guys.
Mark
It's
Antony
guys.
threw a fleet, in honor to the winds to follow her to his destruction. Disarmed at last before the frigid Octavius, she found her peerless body measured by the cold eye of her captor only for the triumphal procession, and the friendly Ascalon spared her Romans crowning ignominy. Chapter 1. The Valley of the Nile. The story of Cleopatra
He's in the
is a story of
hospital,
crime.
Lucas.
It is a narrative of the course and the consequences of unlawful love. In her strange and romantic history, we see this passion portrayed with the most complete and graphic fidelity in all its influences and effects, its uncontrollable impulses, its intoxicating charms, its reckless imagination, and the dreadful remorse and ultimate despair and ruin which it always inevitably ends. Cleopatra was by birth an Egyptian, by ancestry and descent she was a Greek. Thus,
Bubble,
Alexandria and the delta of the Nile formed the scene of the most important events in history. It was the blood of Macedon which flowed in her veins. Her character and action are marked by genius, the courage, the originality, and the impulsiveness pertaining to the style of
Mama's
which she
in the
sprung.
hospital
The
too.
events of her history, on the other hand,
Papa's
and
in
the
the
peculiar character of
hospital.
her adventures, her sufferings, and her sins, were determined by the circumstances with which she was surrounded, and the influences which were brought to bear upon her, and the voluptuous plot were the scenes of her own. Egypt has always been considered as the most globe. It is a long and narrow valley of verdure and fruitfulness, completely insulated from the
Mama's
rest
in
of
the
the animal
hospital
world.
too.
It is more completely insulated, in fact, than any literal island
Why,
could be,
Mommy?
inasmuch as deserts are
Why?
impassable and seas.
Papa's in the
The very existence of
hospital.
Egypt is a
We're
most
not
extraordinary
good.
phenomenon. It
We're
could
in
soar
it.
with the wings of an eagle into the
In
air
the
and look
hospital
down
with
upon the
Dada.
sea.
She has to be with him, Echo.
Why?
Because Papa's sick.
And is annually revivified and renewed.
Let's
In the midst
eat
of surrounding
tomatoes.
wastes and
Papa
silence,
needs to be with
desolation,
somebody.
and death, we should gaze upon
Let's
it
eat
with never ceasing
tomatoes.
admiration and pleasure.
Yeah.
We have nothing
Why?
against the
Because
evil,
it's
but the
coming hurt.
generalizations of science furnish us
It's
with a sort of
coming hurt.
substitute for them.
Who?
The long series of patient, careful, and sagacious observations, which have been continued now for 2,000
Why is
years,
hurt?
bring us results,
Hurts.
by means of which,
Why?
through our powers of mental conception, we
Why
may take a
is hurt?
comprehensive survey of the whole scene, analogous
It's
to the
hurt.
that which direct
Yep.
and actual
But
vision
it's
would have us,
hurt.
if we
Mommy,
could
that's the
stand upon the
exercise.
view. It is, however,
Me,
somewhat
that's
humiliating
good.
for a pride of intellect to reflect upon continued
You're
philosophical
like the ball.
investigations and hard scientific
I'm
research
good.
are, in such a case as this, after all, in some sense, only a sort of substitute for wings. A human mind connected with a pair of eagle's wings would have solved the mystery of Egypt in a week.
Why
Whereas
is
science,
it?
philosophy, and
Why is
research,
it?
confined to the surface of the ground,
Lucas,
has been occupied for 20
honey, you wanna
centuries
have
in
chicken
accomplishing
soup
the
today?
undertaking. It is found at last that
No.
both the existence of Egypt itself and its strange
but
installations
why
amidst
is
the boundless
it
maps of dry and barren
Yes.
sand depend upon certain remarkable
Again?
results of the general laws of rain. The water which is taken up by the atmosphere from the surface of the sea and the land by evaporation falls again, under certain circumstances, in showers of rain, the frequency and copiousness of which vary very much in different portions of the earth. As a general principle, rains are much more frequent and abundant near the equator than in temperate climes, and they grow less and less so as we approach the poles. This might naturally have been expected, for, under the burning sun of the equator, the evaporation of water must necessarily go on with immensely greater rapidity than in the colder zones, and all the water which is taken up must, of course, again come down. It is not, however, only by the latitude of the region in which the evaporation takes place that the quantity of rain which falls from the atmosphere is determined, for the condition on which the falling back, in rain, of the water which has been taken up by evaporation mainly depends, is the cooling of the atmospheric stratum which contains it, and this effect is produced in very various ways, and many different causes operate to modify it. Sometimes the stratum is ranges of mountains, sometimes by encountering and becoming mingled with cooler currents of air, and sometimes, again, by being driven in winds toward a higher. If, on the other hand, air moves from low mountains toward warm and sunny plains, or from higher latitudes to lower, or if, among the various currents into which it falls, it becomes mixed with air warmer than itself, its capacity for containing vapor in solution is increased, and, consequently, instead of releasing its hold upon the waters which it is already in possession, it becomes thirsty for more. It moves over a country under these circumstances as warm and dry. Under a reverse of circumstances, it would have formed drifting mists, or, perhaps, even copious showers of rain. It will be evident, from these considerations, that the frequency of the showers, and the quantity of the rain which will fall, in the various regions respectively which the surface of the earth presents, must depend on the combined influence of many causes, such as the warmth of the climate, the proximity and the direction of mountains and of seas, the character of the prevailing winds, and the reflecting qualities of the soil. These and other similar causes, it is found, do, in fact, produce a vast difference in the quantity of rain which falls in different regions. In the northern part of South America, where the land is bordered on every hand by vast tropical seas, which load the hot and thirsty air with vapor, and where the mighty Cordillera of the Andes rears its icy summits to chill and precipitate the vapors again, a quantity of rain amounting to more than 10 feet in perpendicular height falls in a year. At St. Petersburg, on the other hand, the quantity thus falling in a year is but little more than 1 foot. The immense deluge which pours down from the clouds in South America would, if the water were to remain where it fell, wholly submerge and inundate the country. As it is, in flowing off through the valleys to the sea, the united torrents form the greatest river on the globe, the Amazon, and the vegetation, stimulated by the heat, and nourished by the abundant and incessant supplies of moisture, becomes so rank, and loads the earth with such an entangled and matted mass of trunks, and stems, and twining wreaths and vines, that man is almost excluded from the scene. The boundless forests become a vast and almost impenetrable jungle, abandoned to wild beasts, noxious reptiles, and huge and ferocious birds of prey. Of course, the district of St. Petersburg, with its icy winter, its low and powerless sun, and its 12 inches of annual rain, must necessarily present in all its vegetable contrast to the exuberant prolificness of the rain. After all, there are certain regions on the surface of the earth that are actually rainless, and it is these which present as true and real luxuriant vegetation and teeming life in the country of the Amazon. In these rainless regions, all is necessarily silence, desolation, and death. No plant can grow, no animal can live. Man, too, is forever if the exuberant abundance of animal and vegetable matter shut it out, in some places, excessive heat and moisture render too prolific, the total absence of still more effectual is in the days. They become, therefore, vast wastes of dry and barren sands in which no root can find nourishment, and of dreary rocks to which not even a lichen can cling. The most extensive and remarkable rainless region on the earth is a vast tract extending through the interior and northern part of Africa and the southwestern part of Asia. The Red Sea penetrates into this tract from the south, and thus brings the outline and continuity of its form, without, however, altering or essentially modifying its character. It divides it, however, into the different portions which this division given. The Asiatic portion is called Arabia Deserta. The African tract has received the name of Sahara.
That's why you have to be big and strong.
The barren region is called Sahara Desert. The whole tract is marked, however, throughout, with one alternating character, the absence of vegetables, and, consequently, of animal life, on account of the absence of rain. The rising of a range of lofty mountains in the center of it to produce a precipitation of moisture from the air would probably transform the whole of the vast waste into as fertile and fertile and populous a region as any on the globe. As it is, there are no such mountains. The whole tract is nearly level, and so little elevated above the sea that, at the distance of many hundred miles in the interior, the land rises only to the height of a few hundred feet above the surface of the Mediterranean, whereas the Grenada, at less than 100 miles from the sea, the chain of the Andes rises to elevations of from 10 to 15,000
Mommy,
feet.
what's your
Such an extent
phone?
of that of a few hundred
What
feet
is
and
it?
hundreds of miles
Yeah,
is
what's
only
your
imperceptible
phone
to
go?
the ordinary field of observation, and the great rainless
my
region,
phone go?
according
Yeah,
to Africa and Asia,
I
is,
just
as it
searched
appears to the traveler,
for the
one vast
exercise.
plain,
You don't need to
1,000
go
miles
to
wide and
fight.
5,000 miles
Why?
long, with only one considerable interruption to
But
the
you
dead
don't
monotonous
fight.
terrains.
Where
With
my
that exception, everywhere over the immense
Where my
expanse of
book?
silence and solitude.
Where's my book?
Your book's upstairs, Lucana.
Where's my father?
However, in fact,
Did you
three
go when to
interruptions
look
to
for
the
it?
continuity of this plain, though only one of them constitutes any considerable interruption to its barrenness. They are all of them valleys, extending from north to south, and lying side by side. The most easterly of these valleys is so deep that the waters of the ocean flow into it from the south, forming a long and narrow inlet called the Red Sea. As this inlet communicates freely with the ocean, it is always nearly at the same level, and as the evaporation from it is not sufficient to produce rain, it does not even fertilize its own shores. Its presence varies the dreary scenery of the landscape. It is by giving us surging waters to look upon instead of dry waters. But this is all. With the exception of the spectacle of an English steamer passing, at query intervals, over its dreary expanse, and some glittering remains of ancient cities on its eastern shore, it affords scarcely any indications of life. It is very little, therefore, to relieve the monotonous aspect of solitude and desolation which reigns over the region into which it has intruded. The most westerly of the three valleys to which we have alluded is only a slight depression on the surface of the land marked by a line of mountains.
Maybe it's
The
false.
depression is not sufficient to admit the waters of the valley, nor are there any rains over any portion of the valley which are formed sufficient to make it the bed of a stream. Springs issue, however, here and there, in several places, from the ground, and percolating through the sand along the valley, give fertility to little dells, long and narrow, which, by the contrast that they form with the surrounding desolation, seem to the traveler to possess the virtue and beauty of paradise.
That's the
There is a
school.
line of these oases extending along this westerly depression, and some of them are of considerable extent. The oasis of Seaway, on which stood the far-famed temple of Jupiter Ammon, was many miles in extent, and was said to have contained an ancient times a population of
They have
8,000
to work
souls.
it, huh?
Thus, while the most easterly of the three valleys which we have named was sunk so low as to admit the ocean to flow freely into it, the most westerly was so slightly depressed that it gained only a circumscribed and limited fertility through the springs, which, in the lowest portions of it, oozed from the ground. The third valley, the central one, remains now
Don't
to be
make head,
described.
Lucas.
The reader will observe, by referring once more to the map, that south of the great rainless region of which we are speaking, there lie groups and ranges of mountains in Abyssinia, called the Mountains of the Moon. These mountains are near the equator, and the relations which they sustain to the surrounding seas, and to currents of wind which blow in that quarter of the world, is such, that they bring down from the atmosphere, especially in certain seasons of the year, vast and continuous currents of rain.
Hana.
The water which thus falls drenches the mountain sides and deluges the valleys. There is a great portion of it which cannot flow to the southward or eastward toward the sea, as the whole country consists of continuous tracts of elevated land. The rush of water pressing across the desert through the great central valley which we have referred to above, it finds an outlet, at last, in the Mediterranean.
Hana.
Through it from the skies. The river thus created is the Nile. It is formed
No
by the
kicking!
surplus waters of a district inundated with rains in their progress across a rainless
Lucas,
desert,
stop.
seeking the sea.
Why
If
are
the
you
surface of the forest of
kicking?
the Abyssinian mountains had been
This
constantly uniform, the tree, in its passage across the desert, would have communicated very little fertility to the desert sands which it embraced. The immediate banks of the river would have, perhaps, been fringed with verdure, but the influence of the irrigation would have extended no farther than the water itself
They're
would have
watching
reached
you.
by percolation
No,
through the
they're not.
sand. But the flow of the water is not thus uniform and steady.
So
In
what's
certain
the
seasons of the year,
problem?
the rains are incessant, and they descend with such abundance and profusion as almost to inundate the districts where they fall. Immense torrents stream down the mountain sides, the valleys are deluged, plains turn into morasses, and morasses into lakes. In a word, the country becomes absolute. Accumulated mass of
Hana,
waters
stop
rush
playing
with
like
great
that.
force and violence down the central valley of the desert.
Hannah, it's an exercise
Passage were
truck,
narrow, and
not
it
a
contained any considerable
kicking
district in these inundating tropical showers expands over the whole valley and forms for a time an immense lake, extending in length across the whole breadth of the desert. This lake is, of course, from 5 to 10 miles wide and 1,000 miles long. The water in it is shallow and turbid, and it has a gentle current toward the north. The rains, at length, in a great measure cease, but it requires some months for the water to run off and leave the valley dry. As soon as it is gone, there springs up from the whole surface of the ground, which has been thus submerged in most rank and luxuriant vegetation.
Now did it again.
Now wholly regulated and controlled by the hand of man, must have been, in its original primeval state, of a very peculiar character. It must have consisted of such plants only as could exist in the condition of having which they laid for a quarter of the year, wholly underwater. This circumstance prevented the valley of the Nile from having been, like other fertile tracts of land, encumbered in its native state with forests. For the same reason, wild beasts could never have hunted it. There were no forests to shelter them, and no refuge or retreat for them but the desert during the period of the annual inundations. This she herself seems to have held it in reserve from the very morning of creation, refusing admission into it to every plant and every animal that might hinder or disturb his occupancy and control. And if he were to abandon it now for 1,000 years, and then return to it once more, he would find it just as he left it, in his immediate possession. There would be no wild beast that he must first destroy, and no tangled forest would have sprung up that his axe must first remove. Nature is the husbandman who keeps this garden of the world in order, and the means and machinery by which she operates are the grand evaporating surfaces of the seas, the beams of the tropical sun, the lofty summits of the Abyssinian mountains, and, as the product and result of all this instrumentality, great periodical inundations of summer.
Kyle, stop.
For some other reasons, Egypt has been occupied by man from the most remote antiquity. The oldest records of the human race date 3,000 years ago. Egypt is ancient when they were original. Not only
Stop
its
bothering
traditions,
each other, Lucas.
but even Fable herself does
I'm
not
not
accept
going
the
here
origin
yet.
of the population. Here stand the oldest and most
If
enduring
you're going to
monuments
fight it,
that
go
human power has
upstairs,
ever been
please.
able to raise. It is, however, somewhat humiliating to the pride of the race to reflect that the loftiest and proudest, as well as the most permanent and stable of all the works which man has ever accomplished, are but the incidents and adjuncts of a thin strain of alluvial fertility, left upon the sands by the The most important portion of the alluvium of the Nile is the northern portion, where the valley widens and opens toward the sea, forming a triangular plain of about 100 miles in length on each of the sides, over which the waters of the river flow in a great number of separate creeks and channels. The whole area forms a vast meadow, intersected everywhere with slow-flowing streams of water, and presenting on its surface the most enchanting pictures of fertility, abundance, and beauty. This region is called the Delta of the Nile. The sea along the coast is shallow, and the fertile country formed by the deposits of the river seems to have projected somewhat beyond the line of coast, although as perceptibly in the last 1,800 years, it may be somewhat doubtful whether the whole of the apparent intrusion is not due to the natural conformation of the coast, rather than to any change made by the action of the river.
Come on,
The
kiddos.
delta of the Nile is so level itself, and so little raised above the level of the Mediterranean, that the land seems almost a continuation of the same surface with the sea, only, instead of blue waters topped with white-crested waves, we have broad tracts of waving grain, and gentle swells of land crowned with hamlets and villages. In approaching the coast, the navigator has no distant view of all this verdure and beauty. It lies so low that it continues beneath the horizon until the ship is close upon the shore. The first landmarks, in fact, which the seaman makes, are the tops of trees growing apparently out of the water, or the summit of an obelisk, or the capital of a pillar, marking the site of some ancient and dilapidated city. The most easterly of the channels by which the waters of the river find their way through the delta to the sea is called, as it will be seen marked upon the map, the Pelusiac Branch. It forms almost the boundary of the fertile region of the delta on the eastern side. There was an ancient city named Pelusium near the mouth of it. This was, of course, the first Egyptian city reached by those who arrived by land from the eastward, traveling along the shores of the Mediterranean Sea. On account of its thus marking the eastern frontier of the country, it became a point of great importance, and is often mentioned in the histories of ancient times. The western
Lucas,
coast
stop
mouth of the
moving that.
Nile, on the other hand,
Keep failing
is
your
called the
head.
Canopic Mouth. The distance along the coast from the Canopic Mouth to Pelusium was about 100 miles. The outline of the coast was formidable, as it still continues to be, very irregular, and the water shallow. Extended banks of sand protruded into the sea, and the sea itself, as if in retaliation, formed innumerable creeks, and inlets, and lagoons in the land. Along this irregular and uncertain boundary, the waters of the lapse of 1,800 years since the state of the contest began to be recorded, neither side has been found to have gained any perceptible advantage over the other. The river brings the sands down, and the sea drives them incessantly back, keeping the whole line of the shore in such a condition as to make it extremely dangerous and difficult of access to man. It will be obvious, from this description of the valley of the Nile, that it formed a country which in ancient times isolated and secluded, in a very striking manner, from all the rest of the world. It was wholly shut in by deserts, on every side, by land, and the shoals, and sandbars, and other dangers of navigation which marked the line of the coast, seemed to forbid approach by sea. Here it remained for many ages, under the rule of its own native ancient kings. Its population was peaceful and industrious. Its scholars were famed throughout the world for their learning, their science, and their philosophy. It was in these ages, before other nations had intruded upon its peaceful seclusion, that the pyramids were built, and the enormous monoliths carved, and those vast temples reared whose ruined columns are now the wonder of mankind. During these remote ages, too, Egypt was, as now, the land of perpetual fertility and abundance. There would always be corn in Egypt, wherever else famine might rage. The neighboring nations and tribes in Arabia, Palestine, and Syria found their way to it, accordingly, across the deserts on the eastern side, when driven by want, and thus opened a way of communication. At length the Persian monarchs, after extending their empire westward to the Mediterranean, found access by the same road to Pelusia, and thence overran and conquered the country. At last, about 250 years before the time of Cleopatra, Alexander the Great, when he subverted the Persian Empire, took possession of Egypt, and annexed it, among the other Persian provinces, to his own dominions. At the division of Alexander's empire, after his death, Egypt fell to one of his generals, named Ptolemy. Ptolemy made it his kingdom, and left it, at his death, to his heirs. A long line of sovereigns succeeded him, known in history as the dynasty of the Ptolemies Greek princes, reigning over an Egyptian realm. Cleopatra was the daughter of the 11th in the line. The capital of the Ptolemies was Alexandria. Until the time of Alexander's conquest, Egypt had no seaport. There were several landing places along the coast, but no proper harbor. In fact, Egypt had so little commercial intercourse with the rest of the world that she scarcely needed any. Alexander's engineers, however, in exploring the shore, found a point not far from the canopic mouth of the Nile where the water was deep, and where there was an anchorage ground protected by an island. Alexander founded a city there, which he built by his own hand. He perfected the harbor by artificial excavations and embankments. A lofty lighthouse was reared, which marked the landmark by day, and exhibited a blazing star by night to guide the galleys of the Mediterranean end. A canal was made to connect the port with the Nile, and warehouses were erected to contain the stores of merchandise.
In the
In a
couch.
word, Alexandria became at once a great commercial capital. It was the seat, for several centuries, of the magnificent government of the Ptolemies, and so well was its situation chosen for the purposes intended, that it still continues, after the lapse of 20 centuries of revolution and change, one of the principal emporiums of the commerce of the East. Chapter 2. The Ptolemies. The dynasty of the Ptolemies. The founder, Philip of Macedon. Alexander. The intrigue discovered. Ptolemy banished. Accession of Alexander. Ptolemy's elevation. Death of Alexander. Ptolemy becomes king of Egypt. Character of Ptolemy's reign. The Alexandrian Library. Abdication of Ptolemy. Ptolemy Philadelphus. Death of Ptolemy. Subsequent degeneracy of the Ptolemies. Incestuous marriages of the Ptolemy family. Ptolemy Phuscon. Origin of his name. Circumstances of Phuscon's accession. Cleopatra. Phuscon's brutal perfidy. He marries his wife's daughter. Atrocities of Phuscon. His flight. Cleopatra assumes the government. Her birthday. Barbarity of Phuscon. Grief of Cleopatra. General character of the Ptolemy family. Lathyrus. Terrible quarrels with his mother. Cruelties of Cleopatra. Alexander kills her. Cleopatra, a type of the family. Her two daughters. Unnatural war. Tryphona's hatred of her sister. Taking of Antioch. Cleopatra flees to a temple. Jealousy of Tryphona. Her resentment increases. Cruel and sacrilegious murder. The moral tradition of mankind not degenerate. The founder of the dynasty of the Ptolemies, the ruler of the kingdom of Egypt, fell, as has already been stated. The death of Alexander the Great was a Macedonian general in Alexander's army. The circumstances of his birth and the events which led to his entering into the service of Alexander were somewhat peculiar. His mother, whose name was Arsinoe, was a personal favorite and companion of Philip, king of Macedon, the father of Alexander. Philip at length gave Arsinoe in marriage to a certain man of his court named Laugus. A very short time after the marriage, Ptolemy was born. Philip son of Laugus, but his position in the royal court of Macedon was as high
Lucas, what are you doing there,
and the
Nico?
attentions which he received were as great as he could have expected to enjoy if he had been in reality a son of the king. As he grew up, he attained to official stations of considerable responsibility
Stop
and power.
grabbing.
In the course of time, a certain
That
transaction
is
arose
hard,
by
that
means of
is
which
Lucas.
Ptolemy involved himself in serious difficulty with Philip, though by the same means he made Alexander very strong in his right. There was a province of the Persian Empire
What was
called
that?
Caria, situated in the southwestern part of Asia Minor. The governor of this province offered his daughter to Philip as the
Because
wife
it's
of
him,
one of his
it's not
sons named
mine.
Aridaeus, the half-brother of Alexander.
That because you don't waste
Was
me.
jealous of this proposed marriage.
Lucas, you have to wait.
She
Dad, I
thought
can
that it
give
was
it
part
to
of a
you.
scheme for bringing Aridaeus forward into public notice, and finally
Not give to me.
that this splendid inheritance should be reserved for her
book?
son. Accordingly,
Did you look at
she proposed
that,
to
Lucana?
Alexander that they should send a secret embassy to Jerusalem.
In the
Alexander
table?
said that it would be much better, both for him and for his daughter, that she should have Alexander instead of Aridaeus for a husband, and induce him, if possible, to demand of Philip that he should make the change. Alexander entered readily into this scheme, and various courtiers, Ptolemy among the rest, undertook to aid him in the accomplishment of it. The embassy was sent. The governor of Caria was very much pleased with the change which they proposed. In fact, the whole plan seemed to be going on very successfully toward its accomplishment, when, by some means or other, Philip discovered the intrigue. He went immediately into Alexander's apartment, highly excited with resentment of Philip. He had never intended to make
What,
Aridaeus,
Lucas?
whose
You
birth
hate
was
that
pure
sound?
and obscure and ignoble, the
No.
heir to his throne, and he reproached
Come
Alexander
on, hate it.
for being of sin-based and degenerate a spiritist and desired to
You
be
hate
the
it?
daughter of a Persian ruler, a man who was,
You
in
don't
fact,
hate
a
it?
mere slave, as he said,
You
to a
hate it?
barbarian king. Alexander's scheme was thus totally
You hate it?
and so displeased was his father with the officers who had undertaken to aid him in the execution,
You hate that
that he
too?
banished them all from the kingdom. Ptolemy, in consequence of this decree, wandered about an
You
exile
hate that
for
too?
years, until at length the death of Philip enabled Alexander to resolve it. Alexander succeeded his father as king of Macedon, and immediately made Ptolemy one of his principal generals. Ptolemy rose, in fact, to a very high
Find
command
it?
in the
Yeah.
Macedonian army, and distinguished himself very greatly in all the celebrated conqueror's subsequent campaigns. In the Persian invasion, Ptolemy commanded
Daddy,
one of the
mommy,
three grand
daddy,
armies,
mommy.
and he
Meow,
rendered
meow.
the most signal services
My
to the cause of his
pet.
master. He was employed on the most distant and dangerous enterprises, and was often entrusted with the management of affairs of the utmost importance. He was very successful in all his undertakings. He conquered armies, reduced fortresses, negotiated treaties, and evinced, in a word, the highest degree of military energy and skill. He once saved Alexander's life by discovering and revealing a dangerous conspiracy which had been formed against the king. Alexander had the opportunity to requite his favor through a divine interposition vouchsafed to him, it was said, for the express purpose of enabling him to evince his gratitude. Ptolemy had been wounded by a poisoned arrow, and with all the remedies and antidotes of the physicians had failed, and the patient was apparently about to die. An effectual means of cure was revealed to Alexander in a dream, and Ptolemy, in his turn,
But
was
guys, come to the
at the great
baby.
rejoicing
That's
of
all.
Alexander's conquest was
Okay,
completed,
sure.
Ptolemy was honored with a golden
That's
crown,
all,
and
yeah.
he
No.
was married with great pomp and ceremony to the daughter of
That's
the daughter
right.
of
That's
one
what
of the most
Daddy
distinguished
do.
Persian generals.
Don't it?
At length
Please.
Alexander died
Will you
suddenly, after a
want
night of
you
drinking
wiggle,
and
Daddy?
battle.
No.
He had no son old enough to succeed
He
him,
said
and
no.
his vast empire was divided among his generals. Ptolemy
Because
obtained
you
Egypt
know
for his
wish
share.
to do
He
me.
repaired immediately to
That's the
Alexandria
word.
with great army,
Because
and a
that's
great
so
number of
say
great
no.
attendants and followers.
That's
Their
enough.
commenced
Yeah.
the reign which continued in great prosperity and splendor for 40 years. The native Egyptians were reduced, of course, to subjection and bondage. All the offices in the army, both stations of trust and responsibility in civil life, were held by Greeks. Alexandria was soon the scene, and it became at once one of the most important commercial centers in all those cities. Greek and foreign travelers found now a language spoken in Egypt which they could understand, and philosophers and scholars could gratify the curiosity which they had so long felt in respect to the institutions and monuments and wonderful physical characteristics of the country, safety, the ancient kingdom, the establishment of the great commercial relations of the city of Alexandria, conspired to bring Egypt down from its concealment and seclusion, and to open it in some measure to the intercourse, as well as to bring it more fully under the observation of the rest of mankind. Ptolemy, in fact, made it a special object of his policy to accomplish these ends. He invited Greek scholars, philosophers, poets, and artists in great numbers to come to Alexandria and to make his capital their abode. He collected an immense library, which subsequently, under the name of the Alexandrian Library, became one of the most celebrated collections of books and manuscripts that was ever made. We shall have occasion to refer more particularly to this library in the next chapter. Besides prosecuting these splendid schemes for the advancement of Egypt, King Ptolemy was engaged, during almost the
¿Qué
whole
pasó?
period of his reign, in waging incessant wars with the surrounding nations. He engaged in these wars, in part, for the purpose of extending the boundaries of his empire.
What's he speaking?
The exercise.
Lego?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please I build it.
You can make your Lego.
But I can't open it.
But que venga Dara first, hijo.
Let's engage it.
Because it's his Lego, it's not mine.
No, it's mine, Lego.
It's not mine.
It's mine. It's mine. He's open it. They're coming. Mommy, you do it. You can do it, Lisa. You do it, Mommy. Please.
Sí, mi amor.
Don't listen to me, because you don't know who did it. to me.
No. It's not mine, hijo.
It's mine. No, it's not yours. Dad. But no. It's mine. I need to open it. Wanna be pink.
What's up, baby?
Please open it. My heart
It's not mine, hijito.
I want you to open it.
That is not mine.
I'm gonna take ages to take it here.
Are you okay?
I want to build a way to go. It's yours. It's yours. So much. Those dice. So that's the thing. Mommy,
Okay.
it's built a Lego like this.
Oh, yeah.
Mommy, it's built a Lego like this. No. Why? Because we did built it. The Lego. No. Push it. Why? Push it coming. No. Now, Daddy. Oh. No. No, Daddy's no, no. Mommy. It's not letting me build it. Ah, it's good. It's angry. My picture. No! My pen. No!
Stop, Keto.
But Hannah not let me build it. Mommy, where's my red pen?
What?
Why? Polly. Mommy, why you have to be with the polly?
I don't know.
Mommy, why you have to be with the polly?
Because you have to poop it.
Mommy, why you have to be with the polly? Mommy, why you have to be with the polly? Mommy, why you want to? Why I have to poop with the polly? Mommy, I want to have to poop with the polly. Mommy, I want to have to poop with the polly. Mommy, I have to poop with the polly. I need the pink. And it's a pink. Mommy!
What's that, mi amor?
I need some pink. I need some pink. I need some pink. 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 Mommy, open it.
Lucas, what part you don't understand? I say, that is not mine.
That was your mom's no.
That is Dada's, Lucas.
No, it's mine. But okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. No.
Stop screaming.
Daddy, because I want to Lego. I want to build
Yes, Lucas, it's Dada's, it's not mine.
No Lego. You listen to me? Hi guys. This is for my bills because this is for my yesterday cost. I do my classroom. Because it's my bakery. Because mom's bakery is up there. That's my mom's bakery. Because you guys want to wiggle. Because so no class and I'll later with her. You play my Legos. Because Lego goes in the water. Lego man. Because no rest of me. Because no. Because you know jackets. It's not fair. It's not fair. Because it's not no. Because the boss lies. Which I'm happy. Because just care. Because I'm not much way. Because they're not red to me. Still listen. Just don't listen to me.
Look as you move the
Want that one? Nope. Oh, okay. Yeah! Put it here. Put it here. Put it here. Put it here. Nope. Don't listen to me?
What are you doing?
There you go. Get me. No!
What I told you, Lucas. That's not mine.
No, 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 no! 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 No, don't listen to me! Okay, get to me.
Be careful, Hannah. You are going to fall.
Well, because we got so much. We got to study. No! No!
Stop.
My cutter! Yeah, the cutter. fair. 1. Not fair. No. No, that's fine. Just do my work. It's my work. I'm fine. Not fair. Not yet. Luke. Look.
What is your last name?
Hawkins! No. Only Hawkins. Kate? E. I. L. Y. U. Hawkins. No, what?
Doesn't like you, Hannah? Why?
Because it didn't like me.
Uh-oh.
I don't like you. It didn't like me.
Doesn't like you.
No, it didn't like me anymore.
Oh, no. That's not nice.
I don't like you. You don't like me. I don't like you. It's for you, Hannah. I don't like you. It's for you. No, it's for you. No, it's for you. No, it's for you. No, it's for you. No. Now that you're going to get angry at you, Hannah. It's for you. No. It's for you. No. It's for you. No. It's for you. No.
Let's stop.
It's for you. It's for you, Hannah. Oh! Ouch! Stop there!
nice, hijita.
What's gonna spark me?
Who is spank you?
Lisa.
Spank you, hijita.
It's sparking me too. I'm not lagging.
That's not nice to say, your brother, hija.
You sparked me.
It doesn't matter.
It sparked me too. It biting me. It keep kicking. It biting me. It biting me.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
spark me. Spark me. Spark me.
You finish fighting?
Filled it.
Lucas, when Dada come in, you have to tell him. Yes.
I really want you open it.
I can't, hijo.
Huh?
It's not working.
What? But back. Why? Why?
Because I turn it off.
Put it back then.
Luquitas, you have to ask Dada. It's not mine, hijo.
It's mine.
Les voy a enseñar a hacer ejercicio. No sé si pueden. Lucas, you're going to break the phone. Why you put everything on the floor, hijito? That's your stuff.
What is my stuff? I'm the ice cream. I'm excited. I want to build a Lego.
Luquitas, it's not mine, hijito. Listen to mommy. If it's mine, I will do it. Exercise. Una, dos, tres. I don't know if I am doing right. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I cannot bend it too much.
How about this one?
Ay,
What this one?
this one.
How about this one? How about this one? Mommy,
That is for the back.
bring that one.
Get out, Hannah.
That one.
Yes, but
That one
I
first.
don't know what is it.
That one.
So that one I think is for that one, Lucas, for the back. I don't know, it's for the back or something. Oh, let me see. Wow.
That one first. This is
Oh, Hannah, you knocked it in my toe. That's not nice, hijita.
I'm sorry.
You sorry? Get out, papi. Get out. I'm not. Hannah, I'm going to do my exercise, hija. Because I need to. You see? Watch your steps. Give it to me. You need to exercise. You don't need to. You're skinny. Yes, you are. I don't know how goes this shit.
Right by the tree.
Yeah.
That
Hannah, you're skinny. You don't need exercise, hija. You don't need it.
I like Legos. I like Legos.
How?
Why did you do that? I can. I want to do it too.
No, you can't.
Why? Why, Mommy? Why?
I don't know if I'm doing right, Lucas.
It is right. That's like the hands.
Are you sure?
Yes.
the cool. Ay. No, caracoles, mami. You skinny. You wanna do it? Lucas, be careful, don't hit in your face.
Okay.
I'm trying to do, guys.
Are you in?
Okay, lay down. Okay. Hannah. Hannah, be careful. Lucas, be careful, you hit in your face, and then you're going to be crying because it hurt. Let me help. Let me help. You have to put your feet like that. Okay. Feet up. Put up your feet. Okay, down. Up. Down. Up.
My turn. My turn.
You did exercise now?
My turn. My turn, Mommy. Let's try the exercise. My
That's
turn.
exercise.
My turn.
Your turn, Hannah. Put your feet there.
It's mine.
Okay. Put it down. Oh no. Okay, vamos. Up. Dos.
Sweet.
Tres.
Sweet.
Cuatro. Lucas, you used to have that one. You already lost it. You remember you have the fish and the crab and everything? Yes, you opened it one long time ago. What is there? You have a fish, you have a crab, and you want to open it again, another one?
I didn't maybe.
Yes, Papi, you used to have that one.
Now we did that one.
Hannah, let me see. I'm doing more exercise. Oh, my ears.
What happened?
Nothing.
Mommy bought it.
But Lucas, you have to ask Dada. It's not mine.
But I didn't build the turbo.
Yeah. Oh, caramba.
Bye, guys.
Ooh. Look at this one. This from the wood. Ooh. Yeah.
Say bye to just a minute. Bye bye. Bye. No. Bye bye.
Ay, quiero. No, you don't let me do exercise, kiddos. I'm trying so hard. Come on, kiddos. Come on.
Just skinny, Mommy.
You let me do exercise, kiddos.
Are you skinny?
I'm not skinny.
Yes.
I need to
Oh no,
Wow. Hannah, I'm trying to do exercise. Hannah, stop. Stop.
Let's put it together.
panzona. Poki hudi. Poki hudi, ¿ah? Dígalo mucho. Te vas a golpear la cabeza en el piso. Don't do that, Leila.
Why?
Te vas a golpear la cabeza. Chinita cochina. Chinita cochina. Lucas. Cuidado, te golpes. That is not for kids, please. Hannah, you're going to hit your head on the floor. Don't do that. Yeah, stand up. Let's go up.
No.
We need to cook.
Why?
We need to shower, Lucas, too.
Why?
Because it's to shower time, hija.
Why?
Because...
No shower. No shower.
No shower? You want to be with daddy bath? No, right? Need to wash it.
Not clean.
Hmm?
A clean. I'm so hungry doing space.
Lucas, you grab the Lego? Did you ask for permission? Yeah, let's go up. Vámonos. Mueve tu culo, Hannah. Vámonos. Ah, come on, hija. Te vas a romper. But go tell them thank you for watching. Come on.
Why washing?
Tell them.
I do the washing. I do the washing.
Ow, hija mía. Ya. Ow. Ay. Ah. Stop. Hannah, vámonos. Look at daddy's building new ones, did you?
I'm not jacket.
Come on, Hannah. Stop, hijita, te vas a caer. Ay, pero estos niños no me dan.
Exercise.
Así no puedo hacer ejercicios. Como comprenderán.
Exercise.
Come on.
Exercise.
No más, I'm going up. Ow, Hannah. No, don't jump over me. Ow, Janita, your knees hurting me my legs. Stop. You want spank?
No.
Okay, let's go up.
No.
Say thank you for watching me.
I'm watching me. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Why are you hitting the road?
Mommy,
Huh?
my TV is not school anymore.
Who?
My TV.
I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Lucas, stop. Janita, if you want to sit, sit. Oh my gosh. I have to go. Hannah, stop. Because I need to go shower. ¿Qué pasó?
Let's go upstairs to watch the video.
The video?
Yeah, let's watch the video.
Which video?
The exercise video.
You want to watch the exercise video?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, the wiggle, you wiggle. See your races.
Yeah, but leave it there. Mom, see. Huh? What do you mean? Okay. Okay. Ello? What do you mean? Ah. Lucas, you still bring the Lego? Did you ask for permission to Daddy? Oh. Anna. All right, guys. Thank you for watching me. God bless everyone. Thank you.